What is going on? How's everyone doing tonight? We got over 20 people in here already. This is Riot Racers stream number 2 coming to you live, MJ Stables. Um, how's everyone doing tonight? We got a lot of awesome people in chat. Love connecting with you all beforehand. Was happy I had a few minutes to do so. Before we get started tonight, a few things I want to go over before we get into the stream. This question was brought up last time on stream, and I want to address it first just to get it out of the way. In no way have I been compensated, asked to do this. Um, this is completely of my own will. This is my own project I'm excited about. I got into, we'll talk about that a little bit more later. So this is completely my doing, was not compensated in any way, was not asked to do this in any way. This is completely me coming to you live, bringing this content because I am excited about this project. I think it could be a lot of fun. I used to love games like Need for Speed, although I was horrible at them when I was younger. And adding a layer of NFTs on top of this, I just think is really, really exciting. With that out of the way, also, nothing I say here is financial advice. The usual disclaimer comes with all these NFT streams. I'm speaking from my own experiences and kind of how I'm seeing things. I hope that maybe you can start to think about Riot and look at it from multiple angles if you continue to consume my content and come up with your own strategies, theories, and ideas. Joe says, are you going to rename the stream title? Maybe. Thinking about it. Thinking about it. I've got a few options that I'm considering. Chianti Trail in the house. What is up? Metacon, first time. If anyone here has any questions for me. For those of you that don't know, Metacon is the founder of Riot. It's on the Riot team, one of the many awesome members on the Riot team. So please, yes, if you have questions, shoot them over to Metacon. MJ's Garage. You buy a car, MJ. We'll find out. We will find out soon. So a few things to talk about tonight. So want to talk about the last stream recap. Want to talk about driver drops and then talk about drivers themselves, as well as strategy, and then talking about the market. Some really interesting things have happened in the market. Vroom vroom. What up, Zook? Zook's in the house. MJ Racing stream. Ooh, Ken Goat Drive. All right. I'm not sure about the goat. So getting started. Riot Racers is well in the house. Thank you, Riot Racers, for the follow as well. So last stream we talked about the white paper, and if you are new to Riot Racers or not in yet, thinking about getting into it, I just want to relink this. Highly recommend either one, you check out my stream from last time. It's on my YouTube. Socials are right here in chat for you. Or just take some time, read through this a few times, really familiarize yourself with the platform, what they're looking to do, and how they're looking to do it. And if you have questions, I mean, we are honored to have both Riot Racers Twitch account as well as Metacon in here tonight. It kind of beat me to it. I was going to drop the Discord. Sean Versal in the house, the legend. And there's a right there that ignore the ... I in front. Oh, that's because it's from my notes. But there's the Discord for Riot Racers. I highly recommend. I feel like I'm a little loud. You go in there, ask any question. No question is too stupid. I've asked the same question like 5 times, and everyone is so patient, so kind. Chianti Trail says, "Welcome Metacon. Such a welcome observation for many of us in the MJ community. You see a member of the project supporting a streamer and being accessible, 100%." And they are in the Discord all day answering questions. They've been extremely supportive. It's very refreshing, to say the least. And just to have open, honest communication, asking how things are done. Does this, what does something mean? Asking for further detail, and just getting what I feel is a straightforward answer. One that isn't soon is nice. Legend Sean Versal is here tonight. Rorka, what is up? Sorry, my voice is going a little bit. The other thing we talked about, hit up the Discord, read the white paper, ask questions here in chat. Like, just keep them going. Like, don't feel like you have to wait, listen to me. If you have questions, just treat this like just a question board. Just keep throwing them in chat. Let's utilize this. They've been so kind to come in and help out. So let's take advantage of this if you have questions. So last time on stream, we talked about I only had, I believe, the billboard. Um, and I was getting a little pressure to buy things. Like, hey, you're actually going to buy things. Well, I got good news. I got my billboard still. I also got a piece of racetrack land, number 367 Andretti Circuit. That's a rookie class racetrack land. And I'd like to unveil on stream that I have also purchased a car. Let's check out these deets. This is a rally class Blade Runner that I picked up for 0.3. And I'll talk a little bit about my strategy on how and why I purchased that car a little later in the stream tonight in our strategy section. But super excited about this car. I love the look. I love the black color. Love that it's rally class. It's like I'm very, very, very happy, like looks wise, aesthetically, with this car. It looks awesome. So let's see. So I got the billboard. I got the racetrack land. Got my first car. And then today was the snapshot for Genesis car holders to be dropped a driver, which I believe is happening on Thursday, as well as the whitelist for drivers. And this is going to be probably the bulk of our talk tonight on stream will be about this whole driver experience and what that was like. So on top of this, I also purchased, again, of my own completely free will, I purchased 10 drivers. Got the maximum amount I could from the whitelist. And I have some reasons for that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So just speaking again, going like full circle from the team. Before we do that, Chianti Trail looks just like your real life car. I can attest. Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, that's really kind of why I went for it. Mine's more of like a gunmetal, kind of like a gray, but you know, it's pretty close. So speaking of kind of the drop experience, there was a Q&A today in the team itself for hours. I was popping in and out of meetings today, you know, listening to this Q&A. People were asking about the driver drop. Premium Carrots was in there. Don J was in there. At some points it was rapid fire of just question, taking questions from chat, reading them off, giving legitimate full answers. And then there were points where people weren't asking questions, but Don J and Premium Carrots stayed. They didn't just, okay, it's 5 minutes of silence, we're going to wrap it up. No, they stuck around and waited for more people to come in, more questions to be answered. I'm pretty sure, there's nothing wrong with this because maybe you weren't in there, that duplicate questions were answered, repeat questions. And they still answered them. And there was no like attitude. It was just, hey, yeah, we're here to help. It was very refreshing. It was a really awesome, really cool experience. I learned a lot. I'm going to share some of those findings with you in a little bit. So just kind of in honor of that and just this experience today, I want to shout out this tweet right here from Eric Wong. You know, you want to be involved with a project where the team is also involved. Go ahead, look at this tweet right here and give Riot, if you're not already on Twitter, give Riot Racers, Don J, Metacon, the One NFT, and Premium Carrots a follow. They're all involved with the team, with Riot in various capacities. You follow them, you start interacting with them. It's just going to be a positive experience overall. You're going to be that much closer to the project than just following the Riot Racers account. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But I really think it would be a really good step for people in Riot or who are considering Riot to say, hey, you know, like, I'm not just attached to the project, but I also kind of know the people around the project. So please, please, please check out that tweet. Go follow them. What up, Pony Expo? And yes, DD Zach Zach is Eric Wong. That is DD Zach Zach. All right, so driver drop was today. Before we talk about that a little bit, I want to show this little sneak peek that they threw in Discord today. Again, if you're not following the Discord, check that out. But first, let's check this out.
Did you really think they would stop at just cars? driver.
I'm muted. If that didn't get you excited about Riot Racers, I do not know what will. That was absolutely wild. We'll go here now. One thing that I'm gonna throw this link in chat for you to watch. Go ahead and watch it back a few times. A few things I want you to look for. One being different hairstyles. Two, just the different skins in general, male, female, mecha. Three, look at the different facial expressions. Look at the clothing. Look at the tattoos. The detail in those tattoos, insane. Absolutely insane. Definitely rewatch that a few times. Vibe to the music. Check out those skins, those drivers. Those are awesome. Buck says Cyberpunk 2077 vibes for sure. Absolutely. Zook, you might have to change your name to Mecha Fire Simp. Man is obsessed with Mecha Fire. We'll talk about those in a little bit too. So, the on top of good question. Which one? We'll definitely address that. That's a really good question. Which one asked, what do you think the floor will be for those who missed the mint? If you have any ideas or thoughts, go ahead and add them in chat. I want to speak to, before we get into the numbers, this little kind of teaser up here. I want to talk about the experience of the drop itself. Puts, thank you so much for the follow. And what that was like. It was super smooth. It was more like an e-commerce transaction than it was a minting. So basically, all you had to do was go to the marketplace. You click marketplace up top here. You can see right here, coming soon, we're on drivers. When it's your time to mint, it says add to cart. You select your quantity right here. You add to cart. You then go to your shopping cart. You check out. Wait a few seconds. ETH is removed. And it's done. You've got it. For those of you that may be freaking out because you maybe got drivers or will get drivers, but they don't appear in your wallet, your OpenSea yet, that's going to come on Thursday. Don't freak out. Everything went through okay. As long as that ETH came out, you are totally fine. But this was a smooth, seamless transaction. I know it wasn't perfect for everyone, but for those who wasn't, again, the team stepped up to address this, to fix everyone's issues. They even extended some whitelist spots for people just from a time standpoint. It was just beautifully, flawlessly done. It was fantastic. So easy and, like, honestly extremely stress-free. Another awesome part of this drop was the gas. I paid $9 in gas to mint 10 NFTs. I believe it's ERC20 token. It was chef's kiss. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I was talking to a friend after just about how amazing this drop was. All right. The other thing I like about the drop, before we get into performance, is it's not an incremental drop. So if let's say I mint my 10 drivers, I'm not minting 10 through 20 or whatever that would be. It's kind of like randomized numbers. And I know in all cases, most drops, it is, random. So if you get sequential numbers, it is more or less random. It just makes me feel a little bit better about it when it's not going to be a sequential drop. I don't know why. I feel more comfortable. And I'm not sure if you can get on the whitelist yet. If not, try and get into create an account and see if you are eligible. Maybe Metacon could answer that. All right, tomorrow's public mint. Captain says today was just whitelist. Correct. Price tomorrow for public mint will be the same as today. The whitelist mint. Yep. So circling back to Wish One's question, what do you think the floor will be for those who miss the mint? DD Zach says maybe 0.1 to 0.25 depending on rarity. That's just me. I've seen projects like TRV Pump, so if they get fire, some rare traits, I don't even know how to price it. Back in August, I had an issue with getting one of my track purchases, submitted a support ticket, and my Etherscan activity team responded within 24 hours, issue resolved. Holy crap, Chianti, that is amazing. Putting Expo says, this is all about, asked if they're talking horses or Riot. Tonight is all about Riot. And Metacon, thank you again. Metacon's still here. You can still get in on the public mint. So if you'd like to, sign up for an account on the website. It is just riotracers.com. believe you just need a MetaMask and an email. Again, that's also a very smooth, very flawless, very well thought out process. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too, is the drop, you get a time slot, so it's not just a crazy mad rush. Um, so why are drivers so important? And I kind of teased this a little bit. I got a little ahead of myself. Too much Riot hype. That video just got me going. Um, Drivers are a significant part of your racing performance experience. So this information was taken from the Discord, and also I believe that parts of this are mentioned in the white paper. So I just kind of like combined it all and just in one little quick, clean little graphic. So here's how your performance is broken down. 20% goes to drivers, 29% goes to upgrades. I'm assuming that means like your car, or like car upgrades, car/upgrades. And then 51% is strategy, which I think is awesome. Like that is absolutely beautiful, because that takes a big component of the pay to play or pay to win aspect out of this platform, which is huge. So I mean, strategy, that's gonna kind of change and come and go. That to me, like when I evaluate, how to optimize, maximize performance, is very fluid, because that's gonna change in certain track conditions, what drivers I have, condition of car that I have available, etc., etc. Upgrades I may have for the car. So again, what do I have access to? But it's this condition for tires. We're going to put on the soft tires. We're going to put on the firm tires. Like that to me is a little more set in stone. There's also some flexibility there. The drivers, however, those are static. You have that, you put that in, and basically what you get is what you get. There are no like variables to add or remove to a driver. A driver is just that. It is a driver. DeLong1 says, you're welcome. I appreciate that. So, if you can get a driver that has fantastic stats, in theory, that's going to be a very consistent, solid base to go off of. And now that logic only kind of works when you look at this on like a macro level. We'll talk about the stats and characteristics in a minute. But that is the ideal. That is the dream. And that is a part of the reason why I went for the full 10 on the mint, to try and increase my odds of having a driver that could perform. And I just think this is critical to your success in the game. So within the drivers, there are 3 different types. There's male, there's female, and then there's mecha. I'm not sure of the breakdown of each of those. I don't know if that's been released yet, but I believe it was implied, and please correct me if I'm wrong. DeLong, thank you so much for the follow. I believe it was implied that mecha was going to be more rare than male and female. But as we saw from just the variety of, clothing options and skins from that hype video, like those drivers, I'm going to be happy no matter what I get. Super, super excited. So drivers are broken down, and this is how I'm looking at it, in kind of 2 ways. So first is your type. Second, what I'm calling attributes. I don't know if there'll be an umbrella term for these or not. So the type or element is earth, wind, water, and fire. 50% of the drivers are going to be earth. 25% are going to be wind. 15% are going to be water, and only 10% are going to be fire. Again, another reason why I tried to go for 10. Mathematically, hopefully I get 1 fire out of my group. Then on top of that, you have what I'm calling attributes: speed, braking, handling, endurance, and vision. So how exactly all of these things factor in, we don't totally know yet. A few things to note. This was a question from the Q&A today in Discord, is the stats here in the attribute section are shown in increments of 10. So 90, 90, 70, 80, 90. And someone asked if that's going to be the case for all the drivers. So we know the floor on these attributes is 50%. The maximum is 100%. And Premium Carrots confirmed that they're not in increments of 10. It is a randomized normal distribution for each and every single trait. So this I view as like maybe like how well in some ways, it's got to factor into just like the track in general. But another hint that we were kind of dropped or told about today was just checking my notes here, was the type, or so the element. And an example was given. I don't know if this is a true example or just a hypothetical, but the example of a water, I almost said Pokemon, a water driver, because I don't know why. I had the Pokemon thought in my head earlier today. A water driver may be better, perhaps, in rainy or wet weather. So trying to like find and build out those connections. So we've got, on some level, you've got your element or your type, as it's called out here. And then you've got a second layer or level, not necessarily any less, because we don't know that distribution yet, but of your attributes. And again, on a macro level, if you got, I'd imagine a driver like this, fire, which is 10% of all drivers, and what looks like to be some pretty high attributes. Like this looks like an amazing driver right here. So yeah, we know the elements will, or the type will make them better on certain types of tracks. I believe that's the only confirmed language about that. So in addition, these drivers will be used in the upcoming metaverse, which is pretty cool. So it's not just for racing, and you will be able to update your driver's look with clothing and tattoos. So what you see here can change. I would imagine hairstyle and the actual skin itself would stay the same. So again, additional customization. I talked a lot about depth on my last stream, and that continues on even to these small details like your drivers, which I really like. I feel like calling them just a driver is doing them a disservice because it's an avatar. It's going to be in the metaverse. It's customizable. There are going to be certain rarity traits attached to these as well. Interested to see how that happens when you can do things like add tattoos and change clothing. Maybe they're too like more things like eye color, facial expression, hair color, things like that. Don't know, but something to think about. So the other thing kind of Premium Carrots talked about, just kind of speaking of like performance and sliders and attributes, is that there will be in-depth dashboards, and it sounds like they're going to be first party for Riot Racers. And that includes race data analysis, that includes performance analysis, and we will be getting that directly from Riot themselves, which will be huge. So not only does the team communicate great, but they're going to give us some tools and some information above and beyond what we're getting in a lot of other NFT and especially NFT gaming projects. I can't think of another project that has said that they would put out, for lack of a better word, like tools and reports, at least to the extent that Premium Carrots talked about earlier. DeLong says, would be nice if we can name our driver to give them more of an identity. Guess what, DeLong? You can. You can name your car and your driver. There was just a vote on this. I don't know if you can name immediately, but you will be able to. Metacon, if you're still here, maybe you could confirm that. But yeah, you'll be able to change names. And there's a cost. Currently, it's being voted on as to the cost in Riot of that ability to do so. So pretty cool. You will be able to soon. Thank you, Metacon. Appreciate it. Founder and CEO here, just answering questions. If you have questions, ask them. This is beautiful. This makes me so happy. This made my whole week right here. Having the team in my stream. This is only my second stream, and the team is already here. Next week, we'll release that feature. Whoa, okay. I don't know if that's been announced yet. The timing of that. Possibly heard it here first, or I just missed it. But that is awesome. Feature coming next week. That is the alpha. Let's go. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Metacon. Thank you. That is awesome. Awesome. You heard it here first. Feature being released next week for naming drivers. So, why am I again so bullish on the drivers being a crucial part of the game? If you can get on a macro level just a fantastic driver, you will have such a solid base to go off of. Now, it won't be the same as like I'm assuming that element, that type, will have some effect to that too, so that for example, this driver that's on screen right now won't just dominate everyone. I'm sure certain elements will help kind of balance that out a bit, which I imagine would happen, which I think would be really cool if it did. But that's the goal. And then I want to so this to me, this is the base. This is what we build Riot off of, because the cars are the same. They look different. They have different rarities from a quantity standpoint in different classes with different prize pools and different ROC rewards associated with them, at least for the Genesis. But this, to me, this is huge. And the upgrades, they can come, they can go. Not every best upgrade is best for every race. But this, to me, I think is a really core part of what would be success, at least at this point. I don't know. I haven't played the game. It's not out yet. We'll see. I could be totally wrong. But this to me is right now what I'm thinking is really, really, really important. So trying to get a good driver would be awesome. Now, circling back to the question about what do we think the driver floor is going to be, Eric said Naruto 15. Thank you, Naruto Racing. Appreciate that raid. Naruto Racing, a very, very entertaining group of Zed Run streamers. So what do I think the floor would be? Eric Wong, DD Zach Zach said 0.1 to 0.25. He thought, in my head, I was thinking around a 0.1, like 0.12 floor. I could see maybe going to 0.4-ish, maybe even 0.5 for like a super rare. Like if you had this driver right here, I could see this going for a pretty hefty premium. That being said, I have zero idea. I'm not super great at speculating at this. This is just out of my head. I have no idea where or how this is going to play out. I do think they will go up a little bit. I don't know how much. Just checking up with chat. All right. So, and again, like this is, I want to point this out. I wasn't going to say anything, but I want to point this out. Echopuck, ACA Puck, says you might want to fix the spelling of breaking. Okay. I didn't even notice. I didn't even see it. Okay, so right there, breaking. BREAK, BRAK. And who responds? The founder and CEO, who is in stream. He could just ignore it and be like, shucks, gotta fix it. No, decides to actually respond. Our UI designer does not know how to spell, period, LOL. Oh, like, boom. Okay, cool. Like, aware, gonna fix it, acknowledged it, let's go. Like, that to me doesn't happen. That level of service. We're getting white glove service with Riot Racers. This is unreal. This is unreal. And now Metacon's dropping jokes. This is not breaking, that is breaking, like breakdancing skills. So, and speaking of like to the value of drivers, that's why I waited to answer it. So I'm thinking maybe like 0.12 for a while. But keep the breaking puns going, by the way. I want to throw this tweet up again by Eric Wong, DD Zag Zag. Hot tip, Riot Racers must read. For those of us in Zedrun, if you think that cars equal horses, you are wrong. Drivers are. Again, reinforcing the value of the drivers. They each have their hidden stats. They can be the next Breathless Edge or Billions. They can be meh. Sell them at your own risk. I'm going to probably hold on to my drivers for a while. Also, like if you feel you got a driver and you're like, I don't love it. Maybe you got 3, you got 5. You can also rent out your extra cars and drivers to other people. So again, there is utility for things that you might not find super valuable. There's potential for utility, I will say, which is huge. Sean Versal will live stream a breakdance on game launch. Heard it here first on MJ Stream. Absolutely, we'll be throwing it up right in here, full screen. We'll do a meta. Sean can stream, and I will stream Sean's stream of him breakdancing right here. Reed asked, "Can I date my driver if she's cute?" I think that's up to you. That is up to you. There's no judgment here. This is a judgment-free stream. So yes, again, reinforcing the importance. Taco 33433, the legend, the green screen goat, is in the building. Thank you, Taco. Appreciate that follow. Dating in the metaverse? Metacon. Is there going to be dating? Is there, wait, okay, so here's a legitimate question. Could there one day be breeding of our drivers to make non-Genesis drivers? Just throwing it out there. No comment? Oh! Ooh! Uh-oh. So very, very bullish on drivers. I really think they're going to be a cornerstone to the future of the platform. Super, super excited. The launch was fantastic. It was an e-commerce experience, which I thought was interesting for Web3, but also really refreshing, simple, intuitive. The team has been in Discord all day. They are every day. Metacon's in here now, founder and CEO of Riot Racers. This is insane. Next thing I want to talk about is the Riot coin. I will not be doing any sort of analysis on this, but another part of this game is the Riot coin. This is the Dex Tools fun little chart of that coin, and you can see it was riding pretty high and then took a dip, and I don't think that's for any particular reason. I have seen zero FUD on this game / platform. I would imagine it's just people taking profits. I have no idea how to do technical analysis on this, so we're going to pretty much leave it where it is. It's currently sitting at 73 cents, 75 cents. So yeah, there's that link if you want to check it out. And now for my favorite part, talking about the market, talking about how I bought the car that I did, why I bought the car that I did. Hopefully give you all some sort of framework or different frameworks, or maybe even just a new way of thinking when approaching acquiring assets for this platform. Mando's being... Oh, yes, exactly. Mando is definitely being summoned for sure. All right, so this was updated about 2 hours ago. And what I have here is an analysis of the different car classes. So Rookie, Rally, Driver, Tracker, Aero, Pro, and Legendary. And, you know, on paper, from a performance standpoint, these cars are all exactly the same. Where they differ is in quantity, and as well as earned Riot and maybe additional items that they may accrue, you may get dropped over time. These are the core classes. Crypto Whips are also here. There are also some like one of ones, things like that. I just really wanted to focus on the core classes. And so what I did was I estimated the approximate mint costs in ETH. That I think is off. Oh no, maybe not. And then I looked at the current ETH price, adjusted it, and then saw the premium, factored into the premium, the floor versus what was minted, et cetera, et cetera. Ignore max purchasable. That's just for myself. I had an extra calculation there. But this, to me, is like where you find value. Yes, these are all Genesis cars. Is the Riot per floor. So, like, how much Riot you get, like, from what you'd spend. So, I see Rookie class at, 0.2. And the reason why it's highlighted is because it's below the, at or below the average. I think it has to be below, not tied to. And, oh, sorry, these are medians. And my highlighting may be off. I didn't really look to update that, so I apologize if I missed a square or two. But what I want to do is just illustrate kind of what I look at when I look at evaluating classes. So floor price, and what I'm really looking at is what is that floor per ETH. So I see, for example, that the driver floor is 0.33, and I would get me about 45.5 ETH or Riot per ETH. Okay, so it's out of 15. You get 15 Riot per month for having a driver. You get 20 for having a tracker. Well, for an extra 0.003, I could have a tracker, and I would get so much more Riot per month. Like, that value is so much higher. Wow, rookie floor went up to 0.23. Thank you, Buck. Holy man. Yeah, this is about 2 hours old. So, like, I look for opportunities there where it's like, okay, driver to me is a pretty good value. Then I look at, okay, wow, Aero, right in between these from a price standpoint. And again, like, has the maximum right now return on Riot per per ETH. So like again, like when I'm trying to maximize, if I want to maximize my monthly Riot off of what I would spend based off of this that is now outdated, but this is again the structure. This is how I would look at it if that's the strategy I want to go by. And you can see pros at 0.65, legendaries 1.369. DeLong says, can I give a shout out to the team member Vanglog, Marcus Vinicius, who helped me with minting my 3 drivers. I had issues trying to mint during work meetings. Respect to that. And almost gave up until I got to the assist. White glove service, 100% amazing experience. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So this is one way I look at things for my own analysis, my own experience, my own kind of ETH that I have to spend on this. Now, the second factor that I looked at was the model. So this is basically the same chart. I added in like a quantity as well. I didn't look at that too much. But looking at, okay, here's the models that I'm interested in. Here's the floor. Here's the floor +1. What is that difference between the floor and the next car up? And again, that Riot calculator. So here's some things I've noticed within the past 24 hours. And again, this is 2 hours old, so this may have changed completely. I'm going to butcher this. Please correct me, someone. The Velos floor went up considerably to 0.5. Those cars I've seen, I don't know why. I see people talk about them in Discord. Maybe it's just anecdotal. People seem to love that model car. It is one of the more rare from a quantity standpoint. But a driver class for 0.5 isn't too bad. Considering Airbender Rookie and Prometheus Rookie are 0.5 and 0.495, or at least they were. The Trailblazer at 0.275 for a rookie, I believe, had also dropped off. But however, the biggest story was Pandora. For a rookie class, dropped from 0.289 to 0.209. So why did some of these drop? Why did some of these go up? I think it is because of at 1 p.m. Central today, the whitelist for drivers dropped. So once you could get a driver for your car, then some people may want to be flipping. I don't think it's anything with the platform or anything like that. I think this is purely from the driver whitelist, or the driver snapshot drop. Excuse me. So big drop for Pandora. Octane was almost at 0.23 for a rookie. It was now down to 0.25. Blade Runner Premium, which is what I had, went from 0.265 to 0.3 for rookie, which is what I paid for a rally. So again, awesome. Oh, and there is currently there was a 0.3 rally on the market for the same price as the rookie. So there was a 0.3 rally on there too. So again, when I'm looking at this, it's like, oh man, that could be a potential value if that's something I want. Yeah, $9.70 on the transaction fee for the drivers. It was next to nothing. And then Magnum rally price for cheaper than rookie at the moment, 0.275. And then Arrow is 0.2 or was 0.94. And Constellation dropped from 0.39 to 0.32. So how do I combine all this? Like, this is great. I just rattled off a bunch of numbers to you. When I bought my Blade Runner, I said, okay, I want to look at the model. I want to race something that I enjoy looking at. You know, I want to be in this game for a while. I have every intention of sticking around. And, you know, so like, what's something I'm going to like? I like the look of Blade Runner. I thought they looked good. I saw that, hey, I could get Rally for 0.3. And I then came up here, and just for hypothetical sake, let's say the floor for Rally was 0.28. Or sorry, the floor for, Rally was 0.28. Okay, it's a slight premium. It's close to the floor. The Riot to floor ETH was pretty good at that time compared to the rest of the market. Because again, I'm comparing this snapshot in time. Things are going to go up. Things are going to go down. These numbers could shift completely within minutes, if not hours. But I basically just did kind of like a battleship of like, okay, here's Blade Runner. It's at an affordable price that fits my budget. It's not at the rookie class, so I'm going to get more Riot. The other thing I noticed for Blade Runner was that the Um, as you moved up, and we can take a look. Let's see if it's still a thing. We'll pull up Blade Runners. Um, I liked how they kind of went up in price. It's a little tighter than it was a few days ago. It's a lot tighter than it was a few days ago. And this is impossible to see on stream, so let me zoom in for you. So you've got a floor of 0.3, and then rally goes up to 0.375. So I got excited when I see that's why I have the floor and floor plus romp one. So I like to see, okay, are there gaps from what I'm looking to buy that is a good value for the class, is a model that I like to look at, is aesthetically pleasing, and then so like I'm going like up and down with that, and then I'm going across with, okay, what do the different floors look like? Like if I go to, this will probably be a better example. The one that I can't pronounce. 0.5, 0.6942, 0.7969, 0.8. So again, if this was close to, if this driver price, so this is a driver class car, if this driver was close to the floor of all driver cars, I would highly consider buying this for myself, because I see, wow, in this current market, which again could change in 2 seconds, that there's a huge jump up in price here. And if we look at the driver right now, it's currently 0.33, so it's not super close, so maybe I wouldn't make that. But if this was the driver floor, I may consider it. So I'm looking for value in Return of Riot, as well as the model of the car and what that ecosystem looks like. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions at all, please drop them in chat. And any also just like general questions, not just about what I went over. And if you have any questions later, if you're watching this replay, you're watching the VOD, hit me up on Discord, MJ Stables, #3946, or at MJ_Stables on Twitter. Cronus, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Bojack Horseburger says, I can't particularly afford a Genesis, but I am right thinking grabbing an Apollo driver today gets you an Apollo car drop list. I think that does get you on the whitelist. And also, like, if you feel that Riot is out of your price range, because these prices aren't accessible to everyone. That's just a matter of fact, and that's okay. Everyone's situation is different. You will have the ability to not purchase, but like rent out other people's cars and drivers, which will be really cool. And I think is another way that this game is extremely accessible. I don't know when that's going to come. I don't know how soon, but I know that has been talked about. So don't be discouraged if you can't get any yet or at this time. There will be opportunities through rental. Bojack, 2 drivers. Let's go. Ooh, sorry. DD Zach says, yeah, getting a Genesis driver is a good idea because you get the whitelist for an Apollo car drop. Not too much info is out on the Apollo cars yet, but yeah, also pretty exciting. Getting on that whitelist for round 2 of the cars, because there's nothing necessarily about car breeding. We have Genesis. So we'll see what happens with Apollo. All right. So, recapping everything from tonight. Again, check out the white paper if you haven't already. If you are new to Riot or consider getting in, please educate yourselves, do your own research. Check out this driver hype video. And also, if you'd like the OpenSea link for the cars, we'll throw that in as well. Talked about the importance of drivers tonight, and the fact that I feel they are going to be the cornerstone of this platform. If you mint and you are able to, and you get all of one element type, or type or element, I call them element, it's listed as type on the screen, you may want to consider trying to diversify in order to maximize performance, or looking to see when the time comes to rent one out. Oh, good kind of point there from Eric Wong. Um, Talking about that he also values drivers more because they are the variant in the equation. Like to me, they're the static, they're the cornerstone, they are what you build your race off of. 100%. I almost feel like the driver stats could, I could be completely wrong, would play into that strategy a lot. Um, and then DD Zach Zach says, Eric Wong, legend cars can only compete with legend cars. So the cars may end up to be constant when everyone has an equally good one. Correct. That's a good point, too. Um, that the, um, if you were to build this out and have exact, and I wonder if there's going to be rarity to upgrades. That I think could be interesting. Like you have soft tires, but these are, purple, green, gold, blue, gray, soft tires kind of a thing. That might be interesting. I don't know if that's planned or not. Um, but yeah, drivers are the key. If you have upgrades all the same, that's 29%. If your strategy, which has so many variables, we'll talk about that on a later stream. There's so many variables there that play into that I think that's going to allow for enough variance between performance. And then again, the drivers, they are the cornerstone, they are the pillar which you build everything off of. Sean Versal says, excellent stream and so awesome to have Metacon here with us. I read the white paper in June, felt really good about it. Got a car from the drop that month. Let's go. Now looking at more and drivers. Thanks also DD Zach Zach for reaching out to me about this. All right. Well, if there are no other questions for the evening, we're about at the hour mark. Go ahead and wrap things up. Thank you all so much for stopping in. Appreciate you. This will be live on my YouTube immediately following the stream. My socials are listed right there. Stay tuned. Have much more Riot content coming your way. Thank you all so much. Appreciate